So we have another question from the question bank.
Yeah.
Do I need to make any moves because of the possibility of tax increases under this administration?
Yeah, so there are two pieces that are being talked about for individuals. There's several pieces that they're talking about tax increases to corporations that could impact your investments. So there, you want to be looking at how that's going to happen and what you might do around that. Which industries are going to be more impacted by those increased taxations and which ones aren't. But the two parts that they're talking about so far, and again, this is just talking. We'll have to see what actually happens. Number one is increasing the tax rate for those above 400,000. So far, it sounds like they're talking about just households. So a couple's going to kind of take a penalty here because there's more chance of two of you are working that you might be over 400,000 than a single person would as a single filer. But they're talking about increasing the top rate back to 39.7%. And right now the top rate is 37%. So anyway, that could have an impact, and I'll talk about what you might want to do there. But the other impact is even more interesting, and that is that they're talking about increasing capital gains rates up to ordinary income if your income's over $1 million. So right now the top capital gains rate is 20%. The top rate that you would be at on ordinary income if you had more than $1 million would be 39.7%. So it's almost a doubling of the taxation on capital gains.
Wow.
And so the biggest thing I can see there, because I don't have a lot of clients that are making over $1 million a year per se, but I do have clients that sell homes here and move to other places. And so I do think that's where I've seen people that have more than $1 million worth of gains. We've had tremendous growth in property values here. So it'd be really interesting to see how that plays out. I suspect that if they pass this and say it's going to start in 2022, we'll see a lot of people selling their homes in 2021. And, if they were going to move to, Arizona 3 years from now, they might do it now. So, we'll have to see how that plays out. So that's one thing to look at is if you have enough capital gains in your home, what you might do in terms of dealing with, that gain. In terms of the income over 400,000 and going up, it's not going up that much. I'm not sure it's that detrimental per se. We'll have to see, but it might impact, say, a Roth conversion concept in terms of trying to keep your conversions underneath that tax bracket, et cetera. So, again, we'll have to wait and see what actually happens as far as that goes. And that's being, worked